Let's go, Addie.
Cougars on three.
One, two, three, Cougars!
Coaches are powerful friends, I could say, powerful teachers.
All right, have fun, smile, be hospitable. Okay, hospitable. Reason I say that, they're in your house and treat them with respect, okay? They may not do the things that you do and they may not talk like you, but at the end of the day, we still sisters.
In my experience, many of the students that I've handled on a college level will give major credit to their coach in high school that kept them going.
I'm Donna Groney, and along with the Sisters of Notre Dame de Namur, we are thrilled you are here today.
The sisters host workshops to discuss the hallmarks of a Notre Dame learning community. The hallmarks guide the values and activities of Notre Dame schools. This workshop was specially designed for high school coaches.
We're going to learn some basics about our shared mission, deepen our understanding of the hallmarks personally and professionally, and gain some wisdom from our colleagues.
The keynote speaker of the Hallmarks workshop was none other than Sister Roseanne Fleming, who has helped countless student athletes graduate and succeed.
In 1985, she established Xavier's first formal academic advising program for student athletes. You'll find in Sister Roseanne a powerful witness to what it means to care for the whole person. Sister Roseanne Fleming.
I grew up in Cincinnati with my twin brother, Tom. We lived on Wakefield Drive, which is in Mount Lookout. My brother and some boys and myself used to go down and play on the corner of Lower Mannington and Tweed. It was just two empty lots, and we put down bases and ran around the bases, or if it was winter, we played football. And my mother said to me one day, "You got to stop that." And I'm like, "Stop what?" And she said, "It's playing with the boys." And I said, "Well, listen, I'm pretty good, you know."
She showed courage and kept playing. At Summit
I played a lot of volleyball,
and at Mount St. Joe.
a lot of basketball, but I began to realize what a power sport is for developing character.
I knew Sister from my time at Xavier in the athletic department there, so she's like an icon to me. So seeing her in this space was really special, but also the workshop itself was really informative. I didn't get a chance to go through the hallmarks when I got hired. You know, they had handouts and things like that, but to be able to actually workshop it and learn more about it was really special.
There's a tremendous opportunity for the development of the human being through sport.
Let's go. I see it all the time. Our girls, they actually embody the hallmarks in all that they do. Move them arms, tall stuff. Atta girl. Beautiful. Beautiful. I've been coaching here at Mount Notre Dame for the last 3 years for flag football. We are two-time regional defending champions. We made it to the Final Four last year. I want to see that when we do what we do against Purcell Marion. Okay? I want you to be competitive, but I want you to be loving at the same time. All right? All right? This is the only time I'll tell you that if you pull their flags, make sure you hand it back to them.
I think the coaches need to know that they are probably one of the most important people in the lives of these students, and they should be congratulated for it.
To be able to make an impact and have relationships with people far beyond when they leave Mount Notre Dame, you know, it's really special. You get wedding invites and baby notifications and things like that, and that's really cool to be able to say that you had an impact in molding the girls and how they go about their business.
Let's go, okay. Oh, you're good,
And forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
All right, here we go. We're going to do family on three. Family on three. 1, 2, 3.
Family!
For generations, the Sisters of Notre Dame de Namur have lived their mission of making known God's goodness through educating for life. 35 years ago, the sisters found a way to expand the mission by hiring college students to help in underserved schools and communities. From that vision, a courageous movement began, the Notre Dame Mission Volunteers.
We've had members who come in and they're recent college graduates and they're able to get real-life work experience at their partnering site. I've seen people that are sort of in the middle of their career and they're just looking for a change. And I've seen people, who are coming out of retirement and are just interested in giving back. My name is John Knauer, and I'm the Director of Impact and Grants Management with Notre Dame Mission Volunteers. 82% of our volunteers at the end of their year of service, they say that their service year influenced their future. 52% of our volunteers decide to focus their future careers in education.
This impact is because of the courageous leadership of Sister Sissy Kaur. She took Notre Dame Mission Volunteers to a whole new level in 1991 by getting a grant and partnering with AmeriCorps. Notre Dame Mission Volunteers increased its reach to serve thousands of people in dozens of cities. John Knauer signed up in 2010 after graduating from University of Cincinnati.
When I first signed up to be a Notre Dame Mission Volunteer, I always told myself that I was just pressing pause on the rest of my life. And then, long story short, 15 years later, here I am.
What was meant to be 1 year of service turned into a life calling, inspired by the Sisters of Notre Dame de Namur. A year of service in Cincinnati working with adults with disabilities, then a second year in New Orleans rebuilding after Hurricane Katrina.
Swinging a hammer, working with volunteer groups. After that, I served for 2 years as a Peace Corps volunteer. I was a health volunteer in Madagascar, working in a small remote village on the East Coast, right along the ocean. I did a lot of community health work, a lot of work around malaria prevention, mother and childhood nutrition. But my favorite projects that I did when I was there was a group of basket weavers who made these beautiful baskets, and they could stitch text into the baskets. So this is the infamous basket with my name on it. This was carrying all my market groceries for 2 years. I helped this group of basket weavers sell over 120 baskets. And so it's not tied to my position description, but it was definitely my favorite thing that I did.
In Madagascar, he met his future wife.
She was a Peace Corps volunteer as well. We were together for the 2 years in Madagascar. We have 2 kids. Being a dad and having a family is, that life purpose that I found through service, it explodes it exponentially. Show them your muscles.
Whoa.
Some people like to create art with brushes and crayons, and for me, it's spreadsheets.
His job is telling stories about the impact of Notre Dame Mission Volunteers.
Each month I update it for the work that the volunteers are doing.
This year, the story took a dramatic turn.
This was in June of 2025. They let us know that we didn't get the AmeriCorps grant.
Federal budget cuts eliminated the AmeriCorps funding that Notre Dame Mission Volunteers has had for 30 years. So now, instead of hundreds of volunteers in 26 cities,
currently we have 30 volunteers who are serving in 8 cities, ranging from Watsonville, California to Baltimore, Maryland, and Boston.
But the mission moves forward with courage, inspired by Sisters of Notre Dame de Namur.
They're inspiring. Everything that they do and the reasons that they do it, they're so selfless, so empathetic. They're just interested in trying to make the world a better place and doing what they can with whatever resources they have. Similar to the sisters going where there's a need. That's sort of the mantra that we carry forward as well with the partners that we work with. We've served 1,000 K-12 students, distributed close to 500,000 pounds of food already through our food distribution partners. We've worked with over 200 adults on job readiness training, close to 150 preschool students on school readiness. Each one of those numbers is a person whose life has been made better through a Notre Dame Mission volunteer and the service that they're doing.
Deliver us, O Lord, we pray, from every evil.
In February 2026, The Sisters of Notre Dame de Namur gathered for a special Mass, sending Sister Becky Spires back to Brazil to continue her ministry. Surrounded by prayer and love, she carried with her a simple but powerful message. We are always with you.
I'm at home at Mount Notre Dame, very much at home, and Brazil is home. Brazil is home for longer than any other place. All of them have a tremendous respect for elders, and I'm old enough now to count. And I feel the necessity to be calling them to their roots.
Remain with your sister, your servant, and our sister, Becky, on her journey back to Brazil.
Sister Becky left for Brazil in 1970. Her mentor there was Sister Dorothy Stang.
They sent me to Coroatá, which is in the interior, where Dot Stang was. And that was what really went like, talk about shock. Every time you went on a Brazilian plane, all these military people are on with guns. And I said, gee, weird. And then I get into the sister's house and the lights roll off and they're sitting around the little kerosene lamp in the dark and shh, because they're hiding some farm workers in the garage because we're in the middle of military dictatorship. That was why the military were in all the airports. But in Coroatá, the rich ranchers were not letting the poor people live. And the church was standing up for the poor people. And I just kept learning all the time about what these people were living through and the courage they had to stand up to it. As soon as the farm workers got their unions structured, she said, we got to follow the guys who are going over further west. So I went with her. And then I went to work with the Indians after that. I was in the States on my very first visit back here. And she sent me a letter and she had a thing, this is the road we'll be on. Right here is an Indian village, because she knew I had this big attraction for Indians. I said, that Dot is so of course I went with her. My grandpa's an Indian, but I never met him. He died long before I was born. But I think that it's in me. It's part of who I am.
Sister Becky works in the northern tip of Brazil in remote Indian villages. There, she has changed the lives of indigenous children who spoke a language that was not written down.
Father Nello came up to me once and said, the chief has asked me to find somebody who can put their language in writing, because the government teachers criticize the children and say that they're dumb because they never learn anything. They never get out of the first grade or the second grade. And the chief gets upset with that, and he said, nobody calls my kids dumb, because for the chief, all the kids are his kids. And he wants to learn in their language, and then, of course, they will learn. He said, would you do that? He knew I had been a teacher. First of all, I had to learn the language. I couldn't put it in writing if I didn't know it.
She had to start at the very beginning by creating an alphabet.
I got 6 or 7 young people who did know how to read and write in Portuguese. And so they would understand the system of taking sounds and putting letters to go with them. And they helped develop that. Then we started a school in town. We could bring them from all the different villages at the same time, because the whole experience started at one village and then it spread. That chief demanded that it spread. And it was wonderful. And I learned so much. And I just thank God every day for that. As much as I love everybody here, and it's wonderful to be here, it's a privilege, it's an honor, and it's a happiness. I want to go back, and so I have to say goodbye. But saying goodbye now, at this age, it's like, this could be the last one. Next time it'll be an eternity. And maybe it will. It's okay. Everybody in this house especially gets used to that. God said, I'm always with you, no matter what. Be not afraid. He's still part of me. And I would do anything, go anywhere, do anything, and take anything that came my way for him. He's everything. He's the love of my life.